name is Neil Tan, and I'm the CEO of Neptune Digital. We are a joint venture between Kinetic Capital, a venture capital fund, and also CryptoBlock, a blockchain and DLT service provider inside of the sectors of banking, finance, insurance, and Hong Kong government. Neptune Digital is dedicated to the development and commercialization of Open Permissioned Ethereum, also known as OPE. We have two different chains. One is inside of China, a blockchain called OPE, and the second one is called Spartan Ethereum outside of China. Our chains are crypto-free chains and fiat-based chains. Essentially, what we are trying to do is create opportunities for everyone to participate in the Web3 space. Today's presentation, I will focus in on China market and also Open Permissioned Ethereum. So let's kick it off. Everyone knows that cryptocurrencies and also the public chain inside of China are banned. So all the buy, sell, trade, mining of cryptocurrencies is banned inside of China. Having said that, China is extremely bullish in blockchain technology and its application inside of the spaces of different sectors and industries. They are also very bullish on CBDC, or central bank digital currency, specifically digital renminbi and digital yuan. Inside of that context, on the enterprise side, China has introduced in 15 pilot zones blockchain technology across 15 different cities. They've also identified 160 plus different entities to deploy blockchain technology in specific sectors. Those sectors cross over everything from energy, finance, legal, education, healthcare, and cross-border trade. On the consumer side, specifically NFT and metaverse, China is expected to be the #1 market in the world for metaverse technologies at $8 trillion US. Currently, a number of the big tech players such as Alibaba, Tencent, JD, Ping An, ByteDance, and also Baidu are participating in this space. Inside of NFTs and metaverse, all the currency, all the items are valued in renminbi, are denominated inside of renminbi, and all the transaction fees are also in renminbi. So gas fees are also in renminbi. So in comes Neptune Digital. Essentially, inside of China, they are encouraging the best of breed public chains to deploy inside of China, but under China rules and regulations. The infrastructure there is called the BSN, or Blockchain-Based Services Network, and that is a consortium of the State Information Center, SIC, China Mobile, China UnionPay, and a company called Red Date Technologies. We, Neptune Digital, are the Ethereum blockchain on this Chinese infrastructure, and the only legal and compliant way to deploy Ethereum or EVM-based applications inside of China, whether that's NFTs, gaming, metaverse, or other areas. And Open Permissioned Ethereum's key is the differences in terms of the permission, proof of authority, consensus mechanism, as well as the front-end KYC and the back-end RMB. All transactions are denominated in renminbi. Hence, all of the, it makes it a lot lower cost, faster time to market, and easy deployment. We are also able to be compatible with other EVM chains such as Polygon, AVAX, Phantom, and BSC. And all the applications are not only B2C, but also B2B. So enterprise use cases are also very key. Thank you very much.
Okay, so my name is Ankit Suri, and I'm from Planto Limited. So I'm excited to be presenting Planto to you at today's VFF FinTech Forum 2022. Thank you for taking our time to hearing us today as well. So at Planto, we are helping financial institutions, fintechs, and businesses achieve sort of data-driven banking, or providing them data-driven banking solutions in context of customer-centric digital transformation. The problem that we see is pretty clear. Existing banking platforms, or most existing banking platforms, are actually extremely transaction-based. And as consumers are shifting from branch-based banking to digital banking, the current platforms are not meeting the needs of the clients, reflecting a drop in key KPIs. Our solutions are enabling data-driven banking solutions that enable banks to give personalized insights and proactive advice to the users, meeting clients' needs, improving their financial outcomes, and ultimately enhancing financial institutions' bottom lines. As I mentioned, digital banking is becoming the main channel for customers to engage with banks. In fact, BCG wrote a report that mentioned that a customer is now accessing their digital banking app 50 to 80 times more than visiting branch for all their banking needs. And in this accelerated growth of digital banking, there is a growing satisfaction among customers. Let's look at the key points that are impacting banks today when it comes to these client needs. Clients realize that these platforms are extremely transactional. They lack good customer experience and do not have the tools to track, manage, and plan their finances. Oftentimes, most digital banking apps are financial products that are simply accessible via digital channels. The other challenge is that when you have a scalable amount of users, a significant amount of users accessing your banking platform, a banking platform cannot afford to be one size fits all, making clients feel like the banks do not understand what their needs currently are. And lastly, as digital banking apps become the main channel for customers to engage with banks, the customers do expect that personalized interaction with the bank through proactive insights and advice to the users. So how we help banks through this process is through an end-to-end transformation journey, helping them realize the customer pain points, helping them build the right kind of prototypes, and then leveraging our technology and our services to help them achieve that customer-centric digital transformation. After that, we do help with ensuring that the key KPIs are met and iteration is done based on what the data is telling us. Planto, as part of this digital transformation, will provide certain software as a service solutions as well, helping you bring that speed to market and ensuring that your 5-year digital transformation plan can be achieved perhaps in a year or two. Our technologies include everything that helps banks understand their customers, engage their customers, and increase the digital sales that can be their digital banking app. A brief background on Planto: we were founded in 2018 with the mission of helping businesses and consumers achieve their financial goals. After launching a consumer proposition and gaining significant amount of traction with our consumer proposition, we switched our focus towards enabling banks and fintechs with their technology needs, helping them serve their customers through our learnings, insights, and technologies. Since 2020, we've been serving banks across Hong Kong and have been expanding recently to banks across Asia as well. Our solutions have been recognized by key ecosystem partners. For example, last year we were part of the FinTech Proof of Concept Subsidy Scheme by FSTB in Hong Kong, and we're also part of key ecosystem partners like Cyberport as well. These are just an overview of some of the clients that we have worked with. As seen, we have worked with financial institutions, both on the retail banking as well as in the SME banking side, digital wealth managers, as well as fintech startups as well. We are backed by investors who believe in our vision, and as a company, we have an incredible amount of ecosystem partners who are helping us spread the product vision that we have aligned on this through the company. So for more information, you can reach out to me, Ankit Suri, at ankit@planto.io for more details. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for your time. I'm Ian Wen, the founder of BOAX. BOAX is an art tech focused metaverse company, also a cyberport incubator. BOAX is part of the Bank of Asia BVI ecosystem and serve crypto exchanges, corporates, and high net worth individuals from all over the world. So BOAX focuses on three things. We do three things only. One is the NFT marketplace, which I'll share the screen later. Second is the metaverse creation. We've created metaverses for well-known Chinese news weekly, a government-endorsed fashion event, a well-known international artist whose work was auctioned at Christie's and displayed in Louvre, and a Chinese bank for their internal promotion event, and more. And the third thing is crypto off-ramping supported by Bank of Asia BVI. The BOAX NFT marketplace started last July, and one of the more high-profile NFTs sold was the Olympics Happiness NFT, which was sold for 16,000 BUSD to a Cambodian royal family member, Prince Nari Norodom, last August. So I'll very quickly share the platform we have. Just a second. I have difficulty sharing, but I'll do a quick full screen share so that we see. This is our landing page with some NFTs that were in the exhibition last year, and then some selected media coverage. But what I wanted to show more is the marketplace that we have right now. This is a marketplace that we own, the tech of which we also own. And there are a variety of different types, different genres of NFTs. Some are related to Chinese art, some to feng shui, some related to very famous Chinese artists, and some from disabled artists as well. And for the metaverse creation that I mentioned, this is what we have. We've created these metaverse. This is for the Juxtaposed fashion magazine. And you will see right here that we have all these works from Hong Kong fashion artists that are created into NFTs. And what we did was to connect the NFT with the fashion item as well, so you can buy the physical as well. And another one is for quite a famous artist in Hong Kong, Dominic, and we have all these art. And I'll go back to the I'll go back to my slide. Just a second, I'm trying to find the slide right here. Yeah. And for our team, we are mostly from seasoned professionals from legal, finance, and art background. Andy, Robin, and I are the co-founders. I'm a lawyer, Andy is a CPA accountant, and Robin is an ex-banker from UBS and ANZ. And our legal counsel is from ex-Baker McKenzie background. The advisory board include Prince Nari, business tycoon from Malaysia, and seasoned blockchain experts. And one of them is an ex-CTO from a London-based exchange, Henry Price. So what we are trying to do now, apart from the three things I mentioned, is what we call a one world metaverse vision. Because as we all know, the Chinese is a huge market. But last year, around September, crypto was banned. But now, instead of doing NFTs, they're doing what the Chinese call 数藏, which translates to digital collectibles, and that is fully legal. So what we're trying to do is to work with a public chain called a chain called BSN Chain, which is a blockchain in China that's supported by a consortium of big Chinese corps and funds like China Mobile and Red Date. So what we're trying to do is to integrate BSN network on BOAX so that we tap into the Chinese market as well. And we can trade Chinese style NFTs internationally. We call that 国风 Chinese style NFTs, which is a mega trend right now. So another quick show of our customers, partners, our platforms, case study. We have different NFTs, some of them are Chinese style, etc. We're also trying to build a sustainable metaverse. We have a Harmony token project right now, which is essentially helping the poor by issuing food tokens in exchange for healthy meals. And this is supported by a Chinese investor and patron connected to the UN. So we're building a Harmony meal token. And these are different case studies and marketing exposures.
Good morning, everybody. It's Mark Francis here, co-founder and commercial director of Zetl. Let me just share my screen for you. There we go. So we're Zetl. We are financing the next generation of businesses in APAC. And the first question that we typically get asked is, why Zetl? Look, it comes from to settle your invoices. So it's a bit of a pun there for everybody. But in essence, what we are is a fintech lender using machine learning algorithms and other automation processes and APIs to provide fast, flexible financing to businesses across the region that need access to capital, either for growth capital needs to expand their businesses or working capital needs to address cash flow issues. And I'll give you an example so you can kind of visualize what we're talking about. So one of our customers is a software development firm. They have a number of employees and contractors, and they're providing these services to large MNC end clients, companies such as MasterCard, Amazon Web Services, and BAML. So large blue chip organizations. And the issue that they face is they need to pay their employees and contractors every 30 days, but their customers are only settling after every 60 to 90, and sometimes even longer, 120 days. And this is where Zetl really comes in. We come in and provide funding in the 60 to 90-day funding gap. And we do this using a variety of tools that we have built in-house. But in essence, we are providing products that are forms of receivables-based financing, using the contracted revenue that is signed with these customers to allow this intermediary to pay their staff and ensure that payroll is made every month on time. I'll give you a bit of an example on how that is done here. It's accessing your revenue today and not tomorrow. What that means is Zetl is able to turn your monthly recurring revenues into annual recurring revenues. And as we said with the example above, we look at the contracted revenue that's signed with customers, and we provide bespoke products to these intermediaries so that they're able to obviously pay their staff on time. They may also have to make other working capital arrangements such as rent and other costs, but we find that the vast majority of our customers are using it to make their monthly payroll. And what's interesting about them is many of these organizations tend to be either asset light, or they tend to be services based, or they tend to be technology type companies. And what's interesting is many of these businesses don't have much in the way of maybe hard assets to post as collateral. But what they do have is receivables, and that's what we actually take as our collateral. And we use that to come up with all of these products that obviously suit their business needs. Now, one thing that was really interesting is in the past, we used to use multiple channels to originate business. This could be direct sales, it could be content marketing, and it could be referrals from channel partners. And last year, we really cracked that channel partners is the clearest and fastest way for us to grow and obviously get referred deals in that are already almost pre-vetted. And that's kind of led us to the strategy that we've been now deploying this year, which is embedded lending. Embedded lending is done via our partners. And what it means is we're able to, through APIs, plug in directly with our channel partners, companies such as POS systems, EOR, employer of record firms, payment processors, as well as payroll software companies. We integrate directly with them via APIs. We originate new business, and we get access to data for our underwriting process. The partners, they access new revenue streams, they increase customer retention, and they can provide service differentiation for many of their competitors. What is it that we're providing? KYC assessment, risk management, given that we take a portfolio management approach, capital via our own credit facilities, as well as our own credit fund and other securitization products, licensing in Hong Kong, Singapore, and other markets in the region, collections, which we can now do through our banking partners for electronic direct debits, virtual accounts, and wallets, and of course, the most important, underwriting, forecasting this with increased accuracy through the data that we have access to. And we, of course, also have our service providers, open banking API companies, banks or other financial institutions, collections, cards, e-sign, and other KYC tools. In terms of the business, we grew 400% last year. We're now sitting on around 80,000 a month and monthly recurring revenue. So at that 1 million in annual recurring revenue figure. Most incredibly, we've only had one non-performing loan in now over 410 deals. So we know what our underwriting process works. And with increased access to data, we believe we can improve this even further, given our machine learning algorithm-based proprietary credit risk model. So here we are, we grew 4 times last year. We're on track for 5 times growth this year, and we expect that growth to continue as we dive into other markets across the region. We also have debt funds committed from an impact investor in Europe for $25 million. With these funds, we will be able to actually 10x our book and take us from where we are somewhere here to $8 million in annual recurring revenue and over 500 customers across the region, which should allow us to see sustained growth as we move into Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Australia, and Japan, with other markets in Southeast Asia in our roadmap. So here we are. We have enough demand for, at the moment, for $8 million annual recurring revenue. We've actually always had too much demand. So we're at a very crucial juncture. We have now got these debt funds committed, which is going to allow us to 10x our revenue from where it is currently. And actually, we've still got close to half of our seed round left from our raise last year. So thanks so much for joining me. And yeah, please get in contact either on LinkedIn or through our website, www.zetl.com, if you would like to have a conversation about any of this further. Thank you.